I got here. I'm in the Democratic Republic of Congo. I'm so used to saying it in French the other way around. And we're based in Lubumbashi, which is the capital of the Katanga region, which is a gigantic region of Congo. Congo is a country of over 80 million people. It's a really big country. And here in Katanga, we have several different projects that we run from the base, from the coordination base here in Lubumbashi, and some of them take a 3-hour flight to get to. It's not easy. It takes 4 days to drive there. So we're really in the coordination at the center of it. And Lubumbashi is a big city. It has ostensibly about 1.5 million people. In reality, apparently more than 2 million people. So it's a big center, economic center for the region. The programs that we run are cholera programs and information and research. We've run malaria programs and rougeole, which I wish I could, measles, thank you, measles in this region. And right now we're in the middle of a big measles epidemic, and we're working on a big response to that. In the coordination, what we do is, and especially in my position, my daily description of the things I do is I request money from Paris on a monthly basis. I do all the monthly requests, and for that I have to circle around and talk to everybody in all the different departments to make sure that we'll have enough money for the following month. We work on all the receipts, so all the accounting that has to go into things, and we also do a lot of contract management. So from the financial side, it's contract management, accounting, and also obeying by all the financial laws of Congo, which is not particularly evident when you first get here, because the system is very, very different. So learning the taxation system, the remuneration system, just everything was quite a challenge at first. We are also charged with, in this specific position, with all the human resources for the entire program. So we have the employees that are based here and also employees that are delocalized in other areas. And we do all of their monthly, yearly process. We also have a huge number of daily workers, and managing that as well is part of the human resources aspect. On top of that, there are also all the expats and managing the expats, arrivals, departures, visas, everything that's needed for them as well. So I spend most of my days processing requests for money, validating requests for money, making sure that the money that we do use is used at its best. And so for that, negotiating, a lot of negotiation of contracts. On the other side, I also spend a lot of time with people, which is really great. So I get to do a lot of personal interaction, as well as making sure that everybody's job description really fits and suits the mission and what their capabilities are, making sure that their progress is always continual. And then on top of that, making sure that they're paid on time and that we obey all the laws of Congo, which was a definite formation in its own when I got here. We are very lucky on this mission that we have very experienced local staff that we work with, and it's been a pleasure so far. We don't do the same things the same way, and I'm learning a lot about other people's music, which is great. But at the same time, I'm learning a ton from them, and I hope that they're learning from me as well. Not because I want to change things to a different way of doing them, but I have a lot of experience managing projects, and I'm trying to bring that to organize things a little bit better. Here, what I do is I work with the coordination and all the accounting for the coordination and the human resources, but I'm also the technical reference for everybody who's in the field. So they have questions, they ask me. If I don't know, I ask Paris, because Paris is my current desk. So before I left, I took the class, and I also spent some time making sure that I understood the financial principles of an ONG versus a for-profit, the for-profit world, where I've spent the last 10 years. And that was really helpful, because it's not about meeting a budget and making sure that you have money left over at the end. Is making sure that every single dollar you spend, or here it's the Congolese franc that you spend, is put to the best use possible. And in Paris, there are very specific desk people that are really helpful. You have a technical reference for each part of your job, or at least I do, and so I can escalate any questions to them. In human resources, I have a technical references. I have a technical reference for each piece of software that I use, and also in finance. And in New York, it's the same thing for the different other missions. And they also deal with all the expat human resources.